One moment, the Fraser family was torn apart by fear and danger. The next moment, they were standing on the edge of a reunion that could heal everything, or break them forever. What happens after the rescue is not loud or proud. It is quiet, heavy, and full of emotions that words cannot easily explain. The rescue is over, but the danger still feels close. The sound of footsteps fades, the weapons are lowered, and the chaos slowly disappears. What remains is silence. A deep, heavy silence that sits in the chest. For the Fraser family, the silence is not peaceful yet. It is filled with fear, shock, and the pain of what almost happened. Jamie stands still, his body tense, as if the fight might start again at any second. His hands shake, not from weakness, but from the weight of holding his family together for so long. He looks around, making sure the danger is truly gone. Even now, his first thought is not himself. It is his family. Are they safe? Are they alive? Are they still whole? Claire feels the silence differently. For her, it crashes in like a wave. Her heart is still racing, and her breath feels uneven. She has seen pain before. She has treated wounds and faced death many times. But this time, the fear was closer than ever. This time, she almost lost everything that gives her life meaning. She presses her hands together, trying to steady herself, reminding her body that the worst is past. Around them, the world feels frozen. No one speaks. No one rushes forward. It is as if time itself is waiting for the Fraser family to take their next breath together. The rescue may have saved their lives, but it has not yet healed their hearts. That healing begins now, in this quiet moment, where emotions finally have space to rise. This is not the end of their struggle. It is the beginning of something deeper. Because surviving danger is one thing, but facing what it leaves behind is another. And for the Fraser family, the silence after the rescue is the moment that changes them forever. Fear keeps the body alive, but relief is what breaks it. When the danger finally ends, the Fraser family does not feel strong right away. Instead, they feel weak. The kind of weakness that comes when the heart has been holding on for too long. The rescue is done, yet the pain begins to rise in quiet ways. Claire is the first to feel it fully. Her knees almost give in, not because she is injured, but because her body no longer needs to stay alert. For so long, she stayed strong, thinking fast, surviving every second. Now that it is over, her strength turns into tears she did not know she was holding back. She turns her face away, not wanting anyone to see how close she came to losing hope. Jamie watches her closely. He does not rush to speak. He knows words can fail in moments like this. His eyes carry a deep guilt, the kind that comes from being a protector who could not stop the danger from reaching his family. Even though they survived, he feels the weight of every risk they were forced to face. Relief should feel light, but for Jamie, it feels heavy. The air between them is thick with unspoken thoughts. Every glance carries a question. What if we had been too late? What if this ended differently? These thoughts do not need to be spoken to be understood. They live in the space between heartbeats, reminding them how close they came to losing everything. This moment is not dramatic or loud. There are no cheers, no celebrations. Instead, there's a quiet understanding that survival has a price. The Fraser family has been saved, but they are not the same as before. Something inside them has shifted, and they can feel it clearly now. Relief does not erase fear. It exposes it. And as the Fraser family stands together in this fragile moment, they begin to realize that being alive is only the first step. Learning how to live again will be the real challenge. Claire has faced war, blood, and death, yet nothing prepares her for this moment. When the danger fades, her mind does not rush forward. It drifts backward. Every second she was held captive, every fear she tried to bury, comes back all at once. She stands still, breathing slowly, afraid that if she moves, Everything she survived will finally collapse inside her. As a healer, Claire knows how to close wounds. She knows how to stop bleeding and calm pain. But there is no cure for the fear of almost losing the people you love. Her hands, which are usually steady, tremble as she touches her own arm, reminding herself that she is real, that she is safe. The rescue saved her body, but her heart is still trapped in those dark moments. She looks at Jamie, and for the first time, she allows herself to feel the truth she was avoiding. She was terrified she would never see him again, that he would arrive too late, that her story would end without his hand in hers. The thought hurts more than any injury. Tears fill her eyes, but she does not let them fall. Claire has always been strong, even when no one asked her to be. What hurts the most is the silence between them. Not an empty silence, but one full of love, fear, and regret. Jamie does not need to ask how she feels. He already knows. Their bond is built on moments like this, where words are not enough and honesty lives in their eyes. In this quiet space, Claire finally accepts that strength does not mean hiding pain. It means surviving it. The rescue gave her back her life, but this moment gives her back her heart. And as she stands there, still shaking, Claire knows one thing clearly. No matter how much time they have left, she will never take a single moment with her family for granted again. Jamie stands apart for a moment, but he is far from alone in his thoughts. The chaos of the rescue has passed, yet inside him a storm rages quietly. Every instinct, every muscle in his body, still waits for danger to return. He feels the relief of survival, but it is tangled with guilt, the kind that wraps around a man like chains. He is alive, his family is alive, yet he cannot shake the memory of every second they were at risk. Unlike Claire, who lets fear rise to the surface, Jamie keeps his emotions tightly contained. His hands are steady, his jaw firm, but his eyes betray the depth of what he carries. He thinks of every choice he made during the rescue, the risks, the paths taken, the moments he could have been too late. Survival may have smiled upon them, but he knows it was not without cost. The ghosts of what if linger in every heartbeat. He glances at his family, and for a fleeting second, the storm inside him stills. Seeing Claire safe, seeing Brianna and Roger unharmed, gives him the smallest sliver of peace. Yet he cannot fully relax. Jamie's love is fierce, protective, and all-consuming. The danger may have passed, but the responsibility will never leave him. Protecting them is not a choice, it is the very core of who he is. His silence speaks louder than any words. Every breath, every glance, every slight movement conveys more than 1,000 speeches could. In the quiet aftermath, Jamie is both guardian and survivor, carrying the weight of the past while standing resolute for the future. And in that stillness, the Fraser family begins to understand that his strength is not just in his arms or courage, it is in the unshakable, unspoken devotion that keeps them whole. This moment is not a victory. It is the raw, fragile truth of a man who has faced the edge of despair and returned, carrying everyone he loves on his shoulders. And in that quiet storm, Jamie Fraser is the anchor that will hold them through whatever comes next. Brianna and Roger stand a little apart. Not out of distance, but because the rescue has left echoes in their hearts that they cannot ignore. They were not the ones fighting, yet every moment of terror touched them deeply. From afar, they watched fear and danger rip through the lives of those they love most. Now standing here, they feel relief and guilt all at once. Relief that their parents survived, guilt for every second they were powerless to help. Brianna's hands tremble slightly as she brushes a strand of hair from her face. She had imagined this reunion countless times during the rescue, but nothing could prepare her for the wave of emotions crashing over her now. Fear, love, gratitude, and sorrow swirl together so tightly that she barely recognizes herself. Every glance at her parents reminds her how close they came to being lost forever. Every heartbeat is a reminder that life is fragile, and survival is never simple. Roger stands quietly beside her, holding her close, offering the comfort words cannot. He too feels the weight of helplessness, the fear of being unable to protect the ones he loves. As they watch Jamie and Claire, he sees not just relief but the deep, unspoken scars that the rescue has left on their family. Their safety has come at a cost measured in memories of terror and the invisible marks left behind by moments when hope seemed impossible. In this delicate, tense silence, Brianna and Roger share a look that says everything. They are grateful, yes, but they also understand that surviving is only the first step. Healing will take longer, and their roles in this family will be tested in ways they cannot yet imagine. Their emotions are raw, their hearts heavy, yet in the midst of this storm, a quiet strength begins to grow. Together, they realize that love and presence can sometimes be as powerful as courage on the battlefield. This is the moment when the younger generation of the Fraser family begins to feel the weight of survival, the fragility of life, and the deep, enduring power of unity. Even in silence, their hearts speak louder than any words ever could. The moment they finally step into each other's presence, the world seems to hold its breath. There are no grand speeches, no cries of relief, no dramatic gestures. Just the slow, unsteady rhythm of hearts reconnecting after being torn apart.